am thou, and thou art I. I'll take your heart if I just take my time. The Skull Kid with the Brown Panther vibe. We hit you with Aegon and Agi Dine. I got Kawakami drying my laundry every night. Kamoshida knows I could drop him in a fight. Don't mess with the thieves, the tether a bee. We do this for the people, the espers and queen.
Morgana and me sipping coffee, sitting around the table talking about the things that taught me to slow down, listen to myself. Out of battle all my shadows, moments of we as phantoms and thieves. I hope I'm ready, and if I'm not, I think that I might be dead already, yeah.
I'm wildin' out my mind like Zagi. Island in the sky, my angels get rocky. Puff cloud strife till my life gets foggy. Or was it just the Dachi getting handsy in the lobby with Izanami? Remember Toonami back in the day with Code Lyoko? I lead a Vegeta and Frieza all weaker than Goku. Believe in my drill, communist skill. My lonely Yoko is singing until they cross me up like Chroma.
Yukari and me sipping coffee, sitting around the table talking about the things that brought me to this place, to this tower. Long nights, dark hours, where have we gone? Who's singing this song? He said he's Teddy, and without him I think that we might be dead already, yeah.
I am thou, and thou art I. From Yasuo to Shujin to Gecko Con High. Elizabeth searching through that maze of life. She's packing more heat than a Glock from Iwai. Labrys is savage when she goes in beast mode, but we can box with the best. Akihiko, I'll burn my dread if I can turn undead. Wait, that's D&D, but we're SEES.
Morgana and me sipping coffee, sitting around the table talking about the things that taught me to slow down, listen to myself. Out of battle all my shadows, moments of we as phantoms and thieves. I hope I'm ready, and if I'm not, I think that I might be dead already, yeah.
Bounty hunter raking up the cash in a heap. Got a gun armed for peace, call me Bash the Stampede. You can get mad, Crane Nash on your teeth, cause we spittin' heat stemming from the swag of the geeks. Hotter than a cup of coffee from Godot. And Natsu's rage hearing Gray's voice Chozo. Endeavor when he's screaming at the boy Shoto. And that tin tower bird from Johto. Ho whoa.
Red soil, thinking life's not fair, but the heat burns a fear down in warfare. Anonymity, another hunter with no identity. Mask on so that nobody knows me. It pays the bills, but hey, it can't get real. Yeah, sometimes I can feel so low, lonely. I can get low, lonely. Nobody knows me, so it can get real lonely.
Yo, what up, swag fam? Oh man, it was hard to see Mondo go, to be honest. It really just was. It was difficult. How's that looking? That's pretty good. So, hey, what up, Cyber Harpy? What up, Shins? What up, PME? What up, Zen? Yeah, the good news, PME, is if you want to see the reactions, we upload all our VODs to our YouTube channel. Yeah, I actually was catching up on some of those as well, too. Nice. I was watching some of the older episodes to catch up on some of the earlier stuff that happened long ago, just to refresh my memory. Because this game really has me hooked right now. Honestly, it was a busy weekend, and so I figured I would treat myself to an extra stream. And so thank you all for stopping by on a Monday. We just this morning, we awoke to some interesting times. Not everyone showed up at breakfast, so we waited till 8, and then we found Celeste, and she was a little injured next to a hammer, and then she said she saw this dude in a suit, and she had a picture of him holding Hifumi. We found Hifumi injured with a hammer next to him, and a bigger injury, bigger hammer. And so then we brought him to the nurse's office, and we went to look for like the stranger in the suit. But then I forget what exactly happened then, but Hifumi got smashed with the biggest hammer. We found him dead in the nurse's office. And then we followed the trail that the suit guy went on, and we just found Taka. Yeah, exactly. Everybody looked at the hammer. Guaranteed to be evidence, all three of them. Anyway, I'm excited. Let's get into it. I already set the audio levels. Let me know if I'm too loud. Right. Oh, here's a recap. Starting to get it, but that could be a bad thing depending on what is going on. Oh, what is going on here? What is this? What I walked into? What the heck? Saying nothing. You too? Wow. Oh, interesting. Yeah. This is so weird. Wow. Justice Hammer 4. Bruno, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because one of these people could have been a murderer, and then they got murdered, or one person could have murdered both of them. I could still see many scenarios where it could be one trial, and one guilty party that's still alive.
However,
by the way, I was thinking we haven't seen Hair Dude in a while, and he was acting weird about the money. Oh, do you not know about...
What?
Yeah.
what? Hey!
I see.
Damn.
Well, I'm glad I'm with Sakura if this killer's still out there.
Oh!
You were super suspicious too, Celeste. Celeste was acting really sus before. Just because she got hurt doesn't mean that she's not part of it. She had the camera, and she asked for the camera, and she had a weird relationship with Hifumi. So, that's true, Shins. I mean, Hagakure, is that his last name? Hiro, the clairvoyant airhead.
Indeed.
The hammer. What? The body?
What did you say? Come on. What?
Did she hide the body?
Hey!
Where's Kyoko? I miss her. She would know what to do. Ooh, like this song. We almost wrote Game God to this one. Oh, up in that Game God. You living on the edge to frame God. It works. Oh, Hina. Oh, God.
Indeed.
Oh, all good. That's in honor.
What did you say?
Doesn't really sound like her.
Why?
Hina.
Yeah.
No way! No!
Hina.
Did we leave her there? We left her there, dude? Are you kidding me? That's so rude.
Well,
Why did we carry her there?
Damn.
Wow.
Bastard!
huh?
Damn.
Also, where's Kyoko? And Hiro. Oh, she's fine. And the body's gone, of course. So it's gotta be Hiro or Kyoko who's doing this right now, right? Who else is left? Accounted for, accounted for, accounted for, accounted for, accounted for, accounted for. Sus, though. Not accounted for, accounted for. Not accounted for, accounted for, accounted for, accounted for. Mostly accounted for, sus, though. Accounted for, and accounted for.
This is...
Huh?
Stop talking.
Huh?
Not possible.
Huh? Well, it is so.
Right. Well, not necessarily. Could still be Celeste. Yeah, dude. Well, no, but
That's fine.
actually, you know what? I ship Makoto Kyoko. I can ship that. I'll ship that.
Let's see.
She's the person I want to die the least because I feel like she's the smartest. I also don't want her to be a killer.
That's right.
Wow.
Let's see.
Perhaps.
Dude, Byakuya, you're such a
In other words,
goon. Yeah, that's fair, Shins. Yeah, Makoto kind of sucks. Yeah.
what?
So then. But. Cause, I mean.
Hina.
Huh?
Well, this should be fun. They probably moved him on something. I guess they don't want us to check the lab. But I'm gonna check the lab. Just this section. Anything weird here from last time? It's dry down here. How's everyone's week going? How was everyone's Monday? Ifumi loved the art room. Let's check it out. Nice Sakura.
Huh?
Damn.
Yeah, Nanda. I felt like I needed it. Wait, the door's locked now? Isn't that weird? Yeah, Eric, they did. They did indeed. Yeah. The body's disappeared. I'll check the game room since that's where we found Celeste. This whole shebang started. Celeste acted weird throughout the whole thing. I feel like that's obvious. Why would the killer leave the hammers but take the bodies? If not to throw you off the scent. It's not a truth bullet? I guess it's just a piece of evidence. Yo, you don't know that. What a little hater. Yo, stop hating. Yo. There's no way these magazines are related to the case. There's no way this dartboard has anything to do with the case. Makoto, you suck. Yo, what are you doing here? You're so sus.
Come on.
Indeed.
Goodbye.
Where is that? Repository? Is that a word I know? I'm pretty dumb, you know? Repository. Looking for an exclamation point. We're just leaving her there? Oh, here it is, repository, next to the art room. Okay, yeah, I was just there, and you guys were like, no, you can't go in. We'll just walk. Psych, we're running! Strafe! Ooh. They're in the back, right? You gonna say something mean? I hate you. Oh boy. The canvas.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It's the Monokuma file!
Oh, nice.
What?
Stop talking.
Punishment is waiting for you. See ya
Yo,
later!
this song got stuck in my head earlier today, and I was like, could I get away with playing this game tonight? I would love that so much. And I was like, you know what, I'll treat myself. And then I was like, Discord, what do you think? And Discord was like, go for it. So I was like, yeah, we doing it.
What the heck?
Yo, I got the lyrics for you right now.
Swag for swag for love, swag for swag for love, swag for swag for love, swag for swag for love. Was it high, was it dead? Was it high, was it dead? Swag for love, swag for swag for love, swag for swag for love, swag for swag for love.
Yo, Waza, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Hope your Monday's going well. Thanks for stopping by as well. Sorry, one quick sec. Oh, by the way, I meant to say earlier, I work for Warner Brothers Games, and any opinions I express during this stream are obviously do not reflect the company in any way. Sorry. Hey Waza, welcome. Sorry about that. Had to respond to something. Actually, I still do.
That's terrible.
You talking to me?
Who would do this? Why? Why?
he's fine?
He's alive again?
No.
Where am I?
Wow. So he was misdirection. So that the person could get away with actually killing Taka.
Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Hifumi! Wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
Ooh, significant. Significant. No, that seems significant. Especially because we saw that picture of some of us hanging out.
The light, it's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
Yasuhiro Hagakure. He could also be faking it. Oh. Well. That's weird. Check his pulse, Yugi. I guess not, Zen. That's a good point. Yeah, undeniable death. We'll see. The whole before I'd met you thing seems really significant to me. Like, extremely significant.
Honestly.
Celeste, I still think it might be you.
Stop talking.
Then perhaps...
Oh, unless your name is Yasuhiro something. Because we only know your name is Celeste.
So, in other words,
oh look, the wooden hammers are missing from the art room.
What is this?
that's fine.
Indeed.
Nah. Where's Kyoko?
Very strange.
No, it's because this is an elaborate ruse. This one's gonna be so hard to solve in the comic.
Well,
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Monokuma appears! Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Only one
Speaking
of
of
them
which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Wait, but that means if you are an accomplice, you're setting yourself up to die, or you're trying to kill someone else. Sec. Mod chat. Oh, snap.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Well, no, the second person gets to, essentially, they could just, like, make someone else be the black end and make the game go faster.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Yeah. Unless they were trying to betray
In other
each other.
words,
Yeah, if you're an accomplice, you're trying to screw over the other person either way.
so then.
Not necessarily.
Hey, Phew.
So, in other words,
Well, extreme!
What? The one who devised the plot and put it into action? That's very different.
Well now.
No, she still could be, but I doubt she would be, but where is she?
However,
Indeed. So, what?
Oh, hey, you're back.
You SOB! Huh? You've gotta be kidding! What the heck? What?
Yeah, true.
Yep. What are you saying? Let's see.
so then.
it's all clear now.
Yeah, dude, not at all. Alright, we need to read the file. And then check the map. How do you talk with that thing coming out of your mouth? It's a great question. Yep. Forget a model, dude. Look at the ones that are missing. Was it painted?
So then.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, what? I wish I'd paid more attention. Why did she take a picture though? Isn't that weird? She like asked for the camera and everything, and it happens to be Hifumi. Like, in the library. Yeah, that's right. I remember that too. So Celeste, Monokuma said our goal is to find like the person who like set this up, right? So even if like, does that mean we want to find the person who did the actual killing or the person who like made the events unfold as they did? It's like I feel like Celeste could be playing a lot of people right now.
However, however.
Nice, Chins. Well, thank you. That was really nice.
So, But...
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. Couldn't someone have unlocked it from the inside? Well, actually, it can only be locked from inside. There you go. Can it be unlocked from outside? So, does Doesn't it have to be Celeste or Byakuya? Someone who showed up after? Like, well, not necessarily. If it's not one of the obvious people. Could have been Toko, could have been Celeste. Yeah, yes. When we saw this at first that someone was going to move a body on this, I 100% said that. Yeah. Come on. What's the explanation for that? He says. Unless he did it. I feel like he might have done it. Like, he wasn't dead yet, right? We knew that. We thought he was dead, but then he moved. So maybe he was playing dead and then someone killed him while he was playing dead. He had a blow on the front of his head earlier, I think. Oh, that was glasses. Oh, interesting. That means he had to wipe them so he could see and do something. Why would anyone else want to? So yeah, I think Hifumi and Celeste were working together. Someone actually killed, maybe she actually killed him as well at the end. He wiped his glasses off because he wasn't dead yet. I feel like he killed Taka, planning with Celeste, and Celeste killed him. How could there possibly be more clues? There were so many clues in this room. I feel like I solved the entire game.
So, in other words... What? What? I see. That's enough. Goodbye.
Yeah. He's Kaiba. Nurse, yep. Equipment room, yep. Alright, let's do it. Kyoko, where are you? I thought we could be friends. Is this because I said it was your ribbon that made you unique? You went and killed 2 people? No, we all know it was Celeste, probably. Or someone I completely didn't expect, because that's how this game goes. Screw the rules, I have green hair! Oh, hey Toko. I mean, sorry, that's Jill.
What?
Yeah, me too. I don't think it's a tire, I think it's the treads from the thing that we saw. He was alive, bro. Because the hammers are probably misdirected. Oh yeah, and the target. Is there anything else in here? That's what I was thinking. Okay. To the nurse's office. This machine is still weird AF. Is the ultimate physicist perhaps the 16th student? Who knows? I don't want to. Oh yeah, I can fast travel. Oh, why is Celeste in the nurse's office? Why are you so sus, Celeste? You're always in the wrong place. Oh, you know what? I never checked out this room to begin with. That's a shame. I wanted to know what was under these images. Blood packets, dude. That's how they fake this. Yo, that's such a critical detail, dude. That's totally how they faked it. You don't think all the blood and the potentially dead Hifumi, who's not actually dead? I wish I knew about those blood packets beforehand. I would have been more suspicious quicker. Oh, interesting.
Oh. Huh?
Yo, I think you do, Celeste. I think you know your guy made a mistake.
Let's see. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
It's gotta be Hifumi, dude. He just got up and ran. Celeste's account is sus. She also said things that she maybe shouldn't have known, I think. Oh, we have a lot of truthfulness now. Alright. Now I just want to find Kyoko. Oh yeah, he gave me that too. Yeah.
It's all clear now.
He worked with Kyoko? Oh, I know what you're talking about. The picture. The picture of the robot. We don't have the picture, but the picture of the robot, it had messy handwriting on the RJ. The Robo Justice was really messy, but Hero has really good penmanship. Zen really likes drinking milk.
Goodbye.
Yeah, his penmanship is really good. Only one way to find out. Is Kyoko there? I'd love to find Kyoko. I hope she's not dead though. That would make me not so happy. Alright, let's see what we got. What a cool room. What's with the boxes? There's a lot to check out in here. Oh boy. Well, that's pretty sus. Does it match his handwriting? No, not really. Also, what's his face knew that it must have been Hifumi. Hifumi knew that his name was Robo Justice, and it said RJ on it in the handwriting. Yeah. Anyway, that's sus. Check the bathroom at first. See what I can't inspect any of this cool stuff over here. Just the boxes. Yeah. Alright. Oh, thank God. Is she okay?
Just a second.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
What? Is he gonna be like floating in the pool? Like, what's good, man?
I mean...
You first.
Right.
What? Yeah. Interesting.
Don't be mean!
What? Well,
What?
it's nothing. Hey. And?
I mean...
Yeah.
Huh? Let me out of here!
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You got it all wrong!
It would seem...
So then, honestly,
You're quick to talk, Celeste.
is that okay?
No, it doesn't make it obvious.
Could it be... That's terrible! Just the worst.
What?
That's right.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Please!
What are you saying?
We don't know that the person in the costume was actually the attacker. We put that together based off of things that Celeste told us. And a picture that she showed us. She asked for the camera in advance, and like, I don't know. There's a lot.
What the heck?
Okay. Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
He didn't.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
Those seem like big details. You can't bend at the waist.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
But even Hero couldn't really fit in it.
Ah. Just a second.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was made to fit his body. That doesn't mean that he killed people while wearing it.
But...
Honestly.
What the heck?
That's
just
not
the
what this is.
worst. That's terrible!
What?
Yo, Hero, I'll talk to you, but can I talk to Coco first? Oh, come on, man. Whatever, at least she's alive.
What the heck? What?
Just the worst.
Please!
Yeah, dude, it wasn't you.
Huh? How about that?
So then,
Yeah.
I'm at least 30% right.
No.
correct.
Please!
What the heck?
Oh, so then.
Ooh, that sounds significant. A note. That sounds very significant. What? Uh-huh. Yup. Yeah. Yup. Someone messed you up. Yup. There it is. And then you woke up in the locker.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just the worst.
100% what happened. But now that they're spoon feeding it to me, I feel like there's an even bigger twist that I'm not thinking of.
So,
Don't be mean.
Just a second.
Yeah, they
No
definitely
way.
took the note. Obviously, they took the note.
Please!
What the heck? Just the worst.
Please!
What are you saying?
What?
That's like Jill.
Makoto,
Oh, hell yeah. Tell me what's up. Yes.
it would seem
Yo, yes, dude. Except I hope this doesn't mean that you're the bad guy.
why is that? Anyway,
What aren't you telling me? Well, whatever.
shall we go? Hey,
Maybe she is the spy. But she's double crossing Monokuma. I don't know.
correct. Hey,
I've heard that on SVU before.
anyway, so then, I knew it. I see. Hey, Whew. So then,
Ah, 6 a.m.?
that's right. In other words, however,
Ooh, is it the note saying meet me somewhere?
Makoto, because hey,
Oh, because someone must have ripped the rest of it from his hand in trying to get it out, but they couldn't open his hand.
is that right? So then,
No, dude, he died here. No, he was killed with 4 in this room. No, he did it. Wait,
indeed. That's right. Indeed. Why is that? Hey,
yeah. It's the same thing. That's the rest of the note. He tried to take it from Taka's hand, but Taka's hand was clenched. Then Celeste killed him?
so... However,
Yeah, yours was 1 a.m.
is that right? So... Hey. So then,
It's because it was damning to him.
hey,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yo, Cyber Harpy, I totally feel that. Ooh, class trial, class trial, class trial. We get to start it. We get to start it. Oh my god. Yo, that's so real. Yo, Cyber Harpy, Ven is more
Are
of a
you
main
excited?
character than I
Are
even
you
realized.
pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
On that Union Cross, you know?
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot.
Yo, me too, Eric.
Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem... Shall we go?
Ooh, that's a nice happy song. Class trial. Thank goodness we have another Danganronpa stream on Wednesday. Hey everybody.
Monokuma appears!
I mean, I always assumed this was a possibility, but I never wanted to see it. No, there's always multiple that way. Oh, what?
Whew.
Boy, tough crowd.
Stop talking.
Okay. Hey! Hey!
Let's go.
Please!
What the heck?
What the heck?
Yeah, you would bring that up, huh?
Hey,
That's right.
It's her. Maybe someone else, but I'm thinking it's her. But she's also like, they're pointing it towards not really him, and she's the most likely person after that. So maybe it's actually like someone over here, like maybe one of these two. But I hope not. Talk to Kimberly first.
hey,
Dude, I do believe you. It's okay.
Yes, yes.
Big Mac. Stop arguing. I'm trying to talk to Hina. Move your stupid head out of the way.
Just the worst.
Damn.
Yeah, me neither. Alright, let's get it. Oh, I'm so excited. They're gonna show one of the cool elevator shots again. Yeah, I know, right, Zen? That's so funny. Eric, you nailed it. Ooh. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that
Just
sad?
the worst.
Wah-wah?
Come on.
Yoo-hoo!
Yay. I love that. Heck yeah, I'll save, and I can't wait to equip some of my new skills. Oh, yeah, I always... Wait, I thought I had another skill. I guess that's it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Sweet. 3 skills, baby. Let's pop one more save, then we'll get right to it. I'm so excited. Class trial, guys, we're doing it. Yes.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
That doesn't mean anything, Celeste. You're jumping to conclusions so quickly.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
Ha, that's funny.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit.
Handwriting doesn't match.
Parts we assume were used to build it.
Someone could have put them there.
And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
No, evidence is full of holes,
It
fam.
points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
Just keep talking and talking, Celeste. You sure got a lot to say.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know! I don't know!
Nice. I will. Yeah, exactly. His handwriting's good. We'll use that somewhere here.
Everything we found in your...
What are the controls again? Silencer is X. You actually fire with triangle. You slow down with R. Okay.
The room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about it! It's not true! It's...
Hiro, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Get out of here. Look at this
Are
handwriting.
we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
Hell nah.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Maybe Kyoko took the laptop because she didn't trust people.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think I'm trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
Correct.
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Hiro was in the suit, but we didn't see anyone killed by the... Like, we have no proof that the person in the suit did the murders.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
No.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Who's Hiro?
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Hiro was... The Illuminati?
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Correct.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Damn right.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Why you eating your fist? You trying to hide your face?
Of
You
course.
liar.
But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
Dude, he's smart. Let him do it.
All things have a proper order.
Facts.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Yes.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
I got it!
Wait, was I wrong?
I got it! They were a
Oh, it was
dolly
both.
and a tarp, right?
It was both. It was both.
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Why do you gotta say that, Celeste?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
What?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
It's a little mean.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
That's not true, dude. Everyone trusts me to solve these cases. Kyoko asks me to solve them. She's smart. Byakuya makes me solve them. He's smart. Dude, Celeste, you're making this way too obvious, my friend. I liked you. Oh yeah, new elements. Oh. Tempo marker. So I can't miss? Oh. Oh no, this is the rhythm game? Yikes. I don't know how this works. I always mess it up. Wait, that should say triangle, right? The square button now has a function along with the X and the triangle buttons, right? The rhythm games is you have to alternate, right? I'm gonna actually wait because I always mess this up and get a game over. And also I'm gonna save just in case I mess it up. Oh, so it's like that, okay. So the rhythm game you just alternate, right? I'm just gonna do it Final Fantasy VII style and just go in a pattern. Fever time and ammo will not decrease. No, I'm not ungentle, I'm unkind. I forget what the 3 functions are.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
What does X do?
Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
Oh, X is how you lock on, that's right.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Wow, this game's so dope. Yo, I'm getting good at this
If you're
rhythm
asking
game.
for
I'm
proof
starting to
that the dolly
understand.
moved, I
So you
have
have
it
to
right
you
here.
have to press X first to lock on before you press triangle, but then other than that you can just press square.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood
you.
stain on it.
Well, when I know the controls, it makes it a little easier.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Right?
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Well, there's a lot of reasons there, but we'll see. What do we have for the costume itself? It doesn't bend, right? That's what it says there.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Well, you can't, though. You can't.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down
Can't do it.
and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
As we know,
Taka was and from there.
Yeah, the then loaded it onto the...
Now, keep in mind that the doll...
Well, yeah, but even without a hand, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong. Hey.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I do remember, Makoto.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Like over the stairs would be like, I can't imagine doing that.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Yes.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
You can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Yeah.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right!
Well, you didn't know that.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Now, you would have something to say right now. Why'd you have a camera?
You
Take a
all
picture?
got a
Well, I
good
know
look
why
at
you
it,
have the camera.
did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
We don't know that there's someone in the suit at that point. He could be holding the arms. It looks like he is, actually. It looks like he's holding the arms there.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Yeah, why'd you know his name was Robo Justice?
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
No.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Thank you, Kyoko.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
We sure should.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Like Lemony Snicket or VFD?
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning.
This again?
4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice.
We don't know that.
It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi.
Nah, that's not clear.
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Why would you also, like, being scared of people isn't really your MO very often.
and then... At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Oh, but...
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
But that body discovery announcement was from the other body that was found.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Yep, that explains... Wow. How did they make that happen?
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Nice then.
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Yay, searching for contradictions. Maybe I have to absorb something.
So...
I think we're gonna have to absorb something.
regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
No, it's not.
While Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Yes.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka came...
I think I might have this backwards.
Regarding Taka's,
I wonder if he...
or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, that's wrong.
Did I get that right? Oh.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Yeah, if anything, it would be the opposite.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Hundo P. Hifumi was alive.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Glasses. Oh, and the... Oh, his watch. Oh, I forget how these work. Wristwatch. Oh, I have to get them in order. Oops. This game is so cool.
Now I understand.
Yo, agreed.
I got it. Pop it. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night... So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
Yo, agreed.
And
Lots
that
of
would
bangers.
be his official time of death.
I'll probably go a little past 10 tonight, by the way. Not super late, but a little bit. Yeah.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
This soundtrack is on Spotify. That's fantastic news. I'm not going to listen to it until I beat the game because there might be spoilers and song titles, but I'm still very excited.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
I bet it was Celeste.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
No, not all of us. How could that be? How could that be the case? Because he didn't die there, man.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
But that's not when he died because of the glasses.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
He didn't die at that point.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
He moved it himself with his muscles, his ligaments, his tendons, his
That's true.
bones,
We searched everywhere, but we couldn't
Respiratory
figure out how
system.
to explain his body disappearing.
nervous system.
And according to what Celeste said,
That's just
his
my
body
headcanon.
apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Yes.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yeah, is this Kyoko's theme music? This is a bop right here. Kyoko said something smart. Something smart. Kyoko said something smart. Something smart.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
Oh my god. Here.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is,
Nice, Shins.
we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Yes, been saying that.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
No.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Why not? Why would you say that? Aren't you a professional gambler? You wouldn't say... You should be better than this. Yeah, his glasses, yo. New glasses. Like glasses. No, that's not what I need. I need his glasses, yo.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Was I supposed to absorb that?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Am I supposed to absorb
there's a
that?
chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
This is probably not correct.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
There we go. Fire that one.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance he...
No, Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, it's wrong.
Did I get it right? I think I got it wrong. Nope, I got it right.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
No.
Of course it was.
No.
The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
No.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
2 people went to see Taka, which means neither of them were the murderer.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Yeah.
Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Because that's when Hifumi actually was dead.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Yep.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Yep.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Yeah.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Yes.
And that's just part of it.
Yes.
There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
The glasses.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Hey, bada bing.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
He wiped his glasses like, hello.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
It's glasses. Yes. I wish I had more truth bullets. I feel like it's a little too easy, but I'm playing on the medium difficulty.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved,
Say nothing changed.
other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
This one. Boom, 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 boom.
Then, was he really still alive?
I just like seeing all
Of
the
course
dialogue.
not. It is impossible. The
This is ridiculous.
Oh, why are you so mad? Why are you so tilted? Why is your font twitching? Alright, let's
Well,
get it.
here's one thing we did. The first time we found him, and then his body
And the next time, it was in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was placed, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, that's wrong. She
In
is
fact,
sus. I
there was
agree.
one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Yeah.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it!
Got it.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot.
Mickey Mouse.
One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Ooh, good catch.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
Of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
She didn't pronounce the star. No sparkle.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
I just use my sweatshirt.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
I like whatever shirt I'm wearing.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Come on, man. Keep up.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see.
Yeah.
Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
Yes.
And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
A little rude.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Oh, it was from the transfusion fridge.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
Precisely. Thank you, Kyoko.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere!
Yeah.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Sakura.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
We sure did, Bruno.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside.
Yeah.
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
That's right.
And it could only have been Hifumi He
Well-
just finished stashing Taka's body there.
Not necessarily. Celeste could have been in there too.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Yes.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Please and thank you.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The
There's
single
more?
biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
Oh, snap.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Is it the tablet, the e-handbook? It has to be, right? Oh, or not the hammer. Oh, the notice, the note. The note Hifumi had.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yo, my favorite is the little frog, or not frog, but like the zoom in, like so funny, especially with Jill.
Yes, his pants.
Yes, his pants. Why'd you say it like that, Sakura? What the hell?
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Close.
Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's right. It's a little different.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Wait. I missed the question.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Oh, snap.
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Oh, wow.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Jill. Ooh. That's got options, huh?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Huffy had the note, then the person it was must have been Huffy! But remember, what time did it...
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Yay.
No, that's wrong!
That's wrong. Nice.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm gonna go a little longer. I feel like we might be close to the end of this one.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
Bro, that's such easy bait.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
He was trying to hide it.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
I have it. Come on, man.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
You didn't think to do that immediately?
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note...
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Oh, snap.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip.
Shoutouts to death grips.
Leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Yo, Hiro's kind of dope. I didn't like him up until this case, but he's pretty funny in this one.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
The actual killer.
Whoever did is the mastermind. The true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body.
Except Celeste was staying with Hifumi. Oh, and...
In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Wow.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
Yo, you so tilted.
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
Maybe Hifumi killed himself?
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Which is why it was washed off.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
We have evidence that...
Hell yeah! It's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
I think Taka attacked Celeste when she tried to kill
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi? What was used to kill Hifumi?
Should I just
Was
fire
it
right
Justice
there?
Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers! And,
I feel like I could use this anywhere.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Shoot!
Okay, that was dumb. I'm sorry, everybody.
What was used
Let me see.
to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Maybe Justice. Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No, that's
No,
wrong.
that's wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Derek. I'll check it out
The
later. if
murder
you remind
weapon
me.
wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Of course you do, because it
The
was
way
you.
the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
This would be an interesting one. No, that's not it. I'm gonna have to absorb something.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
Kyoko's
But that
given
only really
serving up
applies if
things
there's
for me
one
to
murder,
absorb.
right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit, only the one who actually carried out the act can grab, assuming the rule holds true.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents.
I said that right before the trial started.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
I can think of multiple people here who could be
You
that.
think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
But Hifumi was obsessed at one point. Yeah, it's not a good thing, is
I
it?
understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Ooh, I get to pick her now?
Here's my answer. It was select.
I'm gonna save real quick. Maybe I should call it soon. It is getting a little late. But let's see.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Oh, is your accent fake?
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2 of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the 2 of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Yep.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yep. She's so sus.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
I hope he's alright.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Those guys.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
Hey, what up, MKB?
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
That's true.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
She knew.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
be the final round before the comet. Nope, gonna have to absorb something.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, was I wrong?
Shoot!
All I said was,
They must be enjoying it?
they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Yeah. Those guys. So do I have to hit those guys with strange? Did I get it
All I
backwards?
said was,
They must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I feel like this isn't right, but I tried it the other way around and it didn't work.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die.
Just like the... No, what's wrong?
Yo, I feel like if I got it in the reverse order, it should have worked. I feel like that. I
That's
shouldn't
right.
have gotten points
There's
deducted
no
for getting
reason
it right the
Celeste should have
first time.
said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Ooh, she's gonna break. She's gonna break.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
If we knew, we could have been holding the hands.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
That's not what it is.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Suit's empty.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Suit's empty.
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Come on, man. It's so obvious. Wait. That's not it. I mean, it's kind of it. That's funny too, but...
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
His hands.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi. but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Intense. Oh, snap. Costume on this blueprint.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that. Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Yeah, doing the blueprints, right?
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him... You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright.
Is it this?
If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
Oh, I got
No,
it.
that's wrong.
Well, nice. It's getting a little late, though.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
I should go for it, though, right? Because we must be getting close. Maybe if it gets super late, I'll save when we get to the comic.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
Plus, we'd be able to finish up on Wednesday. That wouldn't be so bad.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Ooh, that's a new illustration for Celeste.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
And again, it does seem like we might be at the end. Ooh, she's not gonna like that. Oh boy. Oh, here it comes. Oh boy.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh my god.
Celeste? Clearly! You want to cram me into your little guilty box? Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying? When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure!
Wait! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Wow.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Just in case we're getting the sun.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Might apply to Celeste, though.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Yeah, a little bit.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Liar. E-handbook. Yes, she'll have to say her name.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
About that.
No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
Handbook. I think this is a good place to stop, actually, because we'll be able to pick up, and then it's right at the beginning of something we did correctly, so we'll be able to pick up the pace very well. Thank you all so much for being here. Tomorrow, catch Zen and I playing some Tales of Vesperia at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will finish this class trial, unless there's a twist and it's actually super duper duper long. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. And joining me in the surprise stream. Feel free to join our Discord so you can stay tuned for any other surprises that may be coming up. Let's raid Brandomania, who is playing some Wander Song again. Thank you all again so much for being here. Be sure to show Brandomania lots of love and swag when we arrive. And mature audiences only, but that shouldn't be a problem since we were literally just playing this. And this game is definitely mature AF. Alright, well, thank you all again so much. Hope you guys have nice weeks. Hope to catch you guys on Wednesday for sure, and maybe even tomorrow. Also Saturday I'll be beatboxing. Maybe Sunday. I'll keep you all posted. All right. Well, anyway, thank you again. Peace.